Hello. Welcome. It's been a while. I am probably not going to be out here much longer because the sun is now directly on me and it's starting to get a little warmer. But I'd also like to say that that's Gaia co-creating with this reading, so rock on. I've been guided to do a card from a deck that I almost never read from. It's really, really high vibrational. And well, let's just get started. I ask my guides, my galactic guardians, my angels, my archangels, my ascended masters, and the ancestors, please help me to set my ego aside so that I can give the messages that are in the highest good for the collective. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. I'm actually going to have to read from a book for this one. Like it was just kind of like these are the cards that we're going to have to use today. But there's just so much information with them that I don't usually read more than just the card that was given, and I never take more than one of these cards because it's a lot of information to read. One card, please. One card, please. Okay. You're adamant about that jade. So you got jade, which is dream work. Jadamael is the name. Another thing I want to highlight is I just did a 6-minute reading for another activation deck, and a lot of the I didn't talk about it. The energy was kind of weird, so I ended the reading. But it was like the main basis of all of the energy coming from that reading was Atlantis, and this is also an Atlantic deck, Atlantean deck, I should say. Excuse me. So let's just get into Jade here. And I'm just going to show you guys the card, because this picture is also supposed to serve as an activation for you. Like I said, it's a lot of information, and I gotta find the J's. If you want to like screenshot this, you can. I'm gonna put this card down. I just found Jade. Okay, so the Master Crystal Deva, Jadamael. Enter into my silence. Within me is the joy of unconditional love, drawn from the earth, not down from the heavens. I represent its biological state, a living light and purpose. I offer the framework and language of dreams. My green-eyed cat, your guardian. Know I walk by your side upon the path of emotional mastery. Detach now from your overfeeling world and allow a new foundly stillness. Give me just a second. I'm having an issue reading today. I'm not really quite sure what's going on. The selective thoughts of your mind to maintain the vigilant discipline of centered and balance. Feel the purity of your cleansed astral vessel light as a feather and fly unburdened by the weight of mortal fear. Hear the jaguar's cry break the silence of unrealized sleep. I sit at the eye of pure vision and offer the dream of truth. As always, through the ages, feel the breath and eyes of the jaguar cut your path. Become through me that which you truly are, and remember, you are a spiritual being on a human journey. Dare to dream. Walk through the ancient temple of fire, the path of Serapis, with Jaguar as your guide. I wait in the light of your realizations. I'm a bit tongue-tied today, but it's kind of expected. Jade is a beautiful stone that ranges from a creamy white to a highly prized deep emerald green in color. This is a stone of the ancients that at one point in many cultures was more valuable than gold and silver. Jade has enjoyed a powerful position in many cultures, but primarily the Oriental and that of ancient Maya, both of whom buried their important figures in it to help carry their wisdom between lifetimes. Jade is a stone of great wisdom. It is the powerful stone of the dream state on earth and initiates mastery on that level of self. It is able to align life to that which is most important and then promote action. It provides this gift not only by aiding the remembrance and embrace of dreams, but also by allowing detachment from emotions so one can find space to assess them and then act as needed. Under Jade's careful guidance, self-confidence is lifted into a space of self-sufficiency, and the drive to live the dream is reborn with a powerful new limitless ambition. Entering this stone's frequency, one may experience the ancient jade mask and walk through the doorway behind which the powerful elders of the Mayan culture patiently await the return of their friends. Jade is a stone that adjusts with the ages, constantly renewing its presence, a fact recently made obvious at the 2008 Summer Olympic Games when it became the only substance older than metal that has ever been used in Olympic medals, symbolizing living the dream into realization. More physically, jade is a powerful remedy of the kidneys. It is detoxifying and was used in ancient times for childbirth and fertility. It also facilitates the health of skin and hair. That's interesting because I'm currently in the midst of making my own oil and scalp mist. Really like the company that I purchased from, but they put eucalyptus in it and I can't use it for my dog. I'm obviously not using it for her, but it's unsafe for me to use it for myself because it could hurt my dog, to clarify. Maybe someone needs to know that. Eucalyptus is toxic to animals. Tea tree oil is also toxic. Any citruses, I know that pine and I think wintergreen are also toxic. I think I'm missing some. Someone may need that. Your healing journey today. If jade has come to you today, it is time to take notice of your dreams. This can be relevant on two levels. The first relating directly to the dream state that occurs when you sleep, and the second to your goals and ambitions in life. Whatever it is for you, the message is the same. Listen, assess, and then act accordingly to embrace the necessary changes. Both the above levels of the word dream interact often, giving rise to each other. This little fact is often overlooked. Write down all that occurs when you sleep, as you may just be creating your future. Jade only comes into life when we need to know that anything is possible, and we are truly limitless in our ability to manifest. Now is the time to live your dream into realization, whatever it is. Take steps so the rest of us can see it. This is the most sacred stone of Ascended Master Serapis Bey. He may be calling you. Affirmation. I confidently walk the path of my dreams. In my shadow is infinite light. I love that. In my shadow is infinite light. That is so powerful. Wow. I confidently walk the path of my dreams. In my shadow is infinite light. I love it. You'll be hearing me say that again. Keywords to help. Dream work. Mayan culture. Asia. Physical love. Astral travel. Act on dreams. That's like a keyword. Act on your dreams. Ambition. Suppressed emotion, which would be expressed in the dreams. Limitless self. The jade mask. I live out in the country. We don't often hear sirens. So I think it went off when I spoke about suppressed emotions, and it just went on again. So that's confirmation. The suppressed emotions that you may not be able to work through are going to be showing through in your dreams. They want you to pay attention to those. So the animal totem is the jaguar, and the essential oil that could be helpful for you right now is clary sage. All right. So that was a really beautiful little focus, but I think I'm going to keep reading. Let's do a couple of the wisdom of the oracle just to share anything else that may need to be shared. The power to make things happen. You're in your yang energy, like taking action is necessary. It's the masculine principle of movement. This is also the number 1 card. It's like beginnings, kind of piggybacking on like those dreams that you may be having. Like this is your yang energy time. It's time for you to step in and take action. The wounded ego and self-criticism is being highlighted. Unnecessary dreams. There may be a focus on paying attention to what dreams you're repeating that you know end up wounding your ego in a way that causes self-criticism, like it causes more trauma than it helps you grow. Because this card is called the never-ending story. And then it said taking a leap of faith, courage, come to the edge, overcoming fear and accepting risk. It just isn't the country if you don't hear kids screaming outside. I used to be the screaming kids. This is probably the most quiet my property's ever been. Ooh. Okay. Every emotion felt is an energetic transmission. There is nothing wrong with what is felt or viewed so long as it doesn't hinder the growth necessary to ascend to your true self. Okay, so again, I'm going to highlight this self-criticism card that you had come up. And like, if you can see the picture, she's just like, she's sitting on in the middle is a sand thing, and it's like in between yes and no. I actually kind of get like a love vibe from this. Maybe it's because there's like a face in that mirror that's sitting next to her. But also like the lack of self-love because of not... Everything just is, right? Like someone not from the Pacific Northwest might think that today is a cool day. Someone who's grown up here might think it's hotter than balls, and why? Just why? It's always the perception of the person, and I'm kind of getting that it's like your perception on the past and the things that you've dealt with is causing you to be in this like wounded place where it's like almost impossible for you to be happy, to love yourself, to see the good. And this last card that came out is happiness is a choice. Like, and I know when you're going through it, that can sound so toxic. You know, like, of course it's a choice, and this is affecting me in a way that's making me not feel happy. And if it's really a big effect, if it's really painful, it's going to make it harder to just choose happiness, right? Like that can get kind of borderline toxic. But then there's also the other end of the spectrum where it's like the definition of insanity, trying the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different outcome, choosing to focus on something that may have happened. If it's something recent, you're still dealing with it, like, you know, deal. But this is something that's like years on end and it's still something that's able to control your happiness, then you may want to look at what's more important, the identity of that wound, or finally being able to accept it. And once you accept it, you alchemize it. So there's like a need to be able to, I almost feel like you kind of feel like accepting it is a risk. The bee wanted my drink. Like accepting what you see as failures is a risk in your eyes, but being unable to accept the things that you see as past failures is what keeps you in that loop. Fear is run by ego. Ego is created by the mind. Get back into the heart and focus on gratitude. In the absence of resistant thought, all things are possible. Yeah, like you have dreams that you want to create, and it's that mental view, that mental perspective of self that's like your wall right now. DNA upgrades are healing and rewiring belief systems that no longer serve you. And when we're going through like belief system rewiring, it's like a computer being reprogrammed. And then trying to apply old programs to the new updated program, it's going to cause the little cursor to like come up and do this. And so what that looks like in your life is like frustrations within self. Like there could be everything perfectly aligned for you, but because you haven't dealt with those wounds from the ego, they continue to compile into something so much more severe than if you were to just accept where you are with it. I feel like that was really long-winded. Hold on to faith in what is not yet visible in the 3D. Okay, so like manifesting is all about feeling and being able to feel it. So if you're having dreams, especially repetitive dreams, every night you're dreaming about it, and then you wake up and you're in your reality, what did those dreams feel like? Like if it was genuinely happy, get back into that feeling. Like I had a dream. I don't think it was a dream at all. I think it was in the astral, and the astral is popping. The astral is so fun. It's really not low vibrational at all. I mean, like you could get there and get stuck there for sure, but like the majority, it's pretty high vibing. And like I rolled in, it was like at a park, and it looked like they were having like, there were like two different teams. There were two colored teams. There were no like letters. There were just, everyone was in one color here. One was blue, and I think the other one was yellow. And they were having like a cheerleading off, and there were like a bunch of people just like hanging out watching. And then out of nowhere, when they were done doing their little tricks and like the cheerleading off, it didn't last that long, everyone just burst into spontaneous dancing and singing, and it was so fun. And I woke up like, that was such a vibe. And so like I've just been like putting myself back in that vibe, because I don't care if it was real or not. It was real to me. It was so fun. Like, and everyone that saw me was so happy. It was just such a fun vibe. It's something that you want to experience daily. So I just say all this to say, hold on to faith in what is not yet visible in the 3D. Like, if you're having dreams like that, and then you're coming to a reality that's just really frustrating, what can you do in your immediate? How can you adjust your mental to let that feeling bubble into your stomach again? Because when you do that, you'll begin to shift the reality by manifesting the one that you want versus the one that you are actively looking at. Okay. The true test of self love is how one handles the projections from another. So you may be in a space where others are projecting their views onto you, which is making it really, really hard for you to focus on what it is you're trying to manifest. Been there. Get it. Totally get it. It just requires you to have a stronger mind than whoever's trying to break you down mentally. And that's not always easier when you're going through it, and that can sound condescending if you have been beat to crap mentally by people. And I don't mean it to sound condescending. I'm just personally saying the only way to get out of that is to build a momentum of strength within self. Yoga, meditation, those are the two key components. Like, they're the gateway drugs to happiness. They don't want you to know that, and they're free. You can do them in your house. Stillness is a superpower. Focus on intent, okay? Like, meditate. Meditate. Take the power from everyone and pull it and put it back into you. You get what you allow, only allow what it is you seek. So if the entire world around you is just not what you're trying to vibe with, you need to start from scratch. Great. What are the top 5 things that I should be doing right now? Not should be doing, but would be best for my mental to take control, right? Meditation, yoga, twice a day, deep breathing, like the bee breathing, fire breath. Like, bee breathing is so fun. I love it because you inhale, and then when you exhale, you go buzz. And then you inhale, buzz. And you actually buzz, and it does something to your nervous system that is so awesome. I love bee breathing. I'm sure somebody has a video of it somewhere, and I'm sure they do it way better than me. I don't practice it enough, but those 3 things can immediately take control. If you're like spiraling and you're dealing with depression, I deal with that. I understand. I don't know the science. I don't know the scientific words behind why it does what it does. There's something about the blue blockers, or I don't know. Cold shower. Like, it's an instant reset. It's an instant reset, and it will take you from spiraling to stop. Mainly because cold water, right? But no, there's actually something scientific about the water going on your back. I can't remember what it is. So cold shower, and then what was the last one? Did I say the last one already? Um, I totally blanked on what the last one was. I would say, like, sip some water, drink some water. A lot of us are dehydrated. So if you're spiraling and you're in depression, you might want to check when's the last time I had any water. Um, when's the last time I had any food? And, like, if you're in a space where you forget and then you look and it's been 9 hours since you've had any water or food, it might be a good idea to set timers on your phone. And then when I'm doing things and I need to be focused, I'm not really sure why I'm sharing all this. Maybe someone needs this. There's something called a tomato timer that you can download on your iPhone or your Android. I use iPhone. And it will allow you to do work in intervals of 25 minutes, I believe. And then you have a break of 5 minutes in between those 25 minutes. And the last one is like a 15-minute break. And I think you do that 5 times. And that's supposedly, I mean, I used it multiple times when I was like coaching, and it did help me. I haven't used it in a while just because I don't have a need for that type of schedule where I need to be that focused. But I do use it still once in a while, I guess. It's been on my phone. It's not something I digress. I'm all over the place. I think we're going to leave this here with this for you guys. This was kind of a specific and really focused, so I hope that that helped you. I hope that you have a good day, and namaste.